Hey guys, happy Monday.
We're back.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we're back. As many of you guys know, or should maybe hopefully know, we got married. No, I forget. And then we were in the beautiful
Jamaica.
Yeah, it was amazing. There will be a video, our honeymoon video, coming out later this week.
Yes.
Thursday. So stay tuned for that.
We almost didn't have video. I dropped the GoPro in the ocean.
Yes.
But we found it.
Yes. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness.
That'll be coming out, and so we kind of wanted to do things a little bit differently this week to kind of catch back up on everything that's been going on. We decided to actually open up to a Q&A. So I actually posted on my Instagram about a week ago for people to submit questions. So I have them right here on my phone that we are going to go over. Yep. You can ask us any question. Anything, we'll answer it. And the first question that we got, and this is from, I hope I don't butcher your name, Akshay. And he asked, why did you decide to get married?
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually give that to you since you're the one that proposed to me.
Right. I come from, just a family, you know what I mean? I grew up and I got to see...
You come from a family?
Yeah, well, larger family, you know what I mean? And I came from where I got to watch my parents be married and how that was when we were raised. And I remember somebody always used to tell me that when you know, you know. You know what I mean? When it's the right person, you know. We've both dated people in the past, but when I met Brandy, there was something about her that I was just drawn to. And so over the course of, long story short, we hung out a lot, I fell in love with her, and I knew for a fact that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. I wanted to take on not just this season, but I wanted to be 60 and taking on things with her. And because of that, I was like, I love the idea of marriage. I know some people think it's an outdated institution, but I love the idea of marriage, commitment to individuals. So once I knew that this was the person I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, it was a pretty easy decision for me at that point.
For me, before I had met Josh, or even actually when I did meet him, I had never wanted to get married.
Right.
And seeing my parents, they have a beautiful marriage and they're so happy and they love each other and they joke and they flirt and I'm like, I want that. Yeah. But then when I met Josh and after really getting to know him, I just knew, he makes me a better person. He challenges me in ways that I never thought I could be challenged, and even in ways I don't like being challenged. Yeah. I wanted to get married to him because, of course, I want to be with one person, and I want to grow old with Josh, right, and do all these cool things and take on the world with him. And that's the only way I know that I will be able to be truly successful is through our partnership. Yeah,
we're definitely stronger together, and I know it's a cliche thing to say. I'm better when I'm with you, but you'll know when that's happening. Somebody will either bring the best out of you or the worst out of you. Mm-hmm. And for us, I do believe it was the best. And did he say about the timing? How'd you know it was the right time?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's this thing about the right time. It was just a matter of why wouldn't this be the time? You know what I mean? Yeah. Why not do it now? Yeah. There was really no reason why we shouldn't be getting married. That was super exciting for us. So that's kind of my thought on that.
So our next question, and so these questions, keep in mind, are kind of all over the map since we're programmers. Josh is a business owner. We do all sorts of different things. So these kind of come from every realm, not just our relationship. But this is from developer. Do you ever get burned out, and how do you handle it? How do you handle burnout?
Why don't you answer this one first?
Okay. Yes. Yes, I run into burnout all the time, and it really depends on what I'm doing. If I'm doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, it's going to happen much faster. That's why I like to do different things and challenge myself in other areas besides just programming, like content creation, speaking at conferences, building workshops, doing meetups, because for me, I need variety. For me, variety is a spice of life. Yeah. I want to try and do all sorts of different things because it challenges me in different areas and different ways of utilizing my skills. Yeah. So if I do feel burnout in one area over another, I'll just sort of kind of skip over and start doing something else and not doing that like not using that same part of my brain.
Yeah.
And that's what really helps me. And I know we have started to now that we're married, we can go on like these vacations together,
Yeah.
which is like, super exciting. But even just going on dates together and not bringing our laptops. That's a big thing, because then we can just be together and be in the moment. And half the time we talk about business or work stuff, but it's different because it's more so in the realm of dreaming and what we are aspiring to do.
Yeah.
So that's like that's mine.
Yeah. Definitely get burned out. You actually start noticing, like, if anything's my like alarm that I'm getting burned out, it's Brandy. She'll be like, I don't know, it's like my eyes or something. I just start getting...
He gets dark circles under his eyes, and actually his eyes themselves look darker. And he works all the time.
Well, you do too, for real. And so, but whenever I'm starting to feel burnout, I start almost becoming irritable. I start feeling like I'm losing interest in things that I've really loved. And it's not because I don't love that anymore. It's just too much of a good thing can sometimes be bad. And so with the way that I feel it is that, and the way that I avoid it, or essentially like take a rest so that I'm not burned out anymore, is disconnecting. Like a couple different times we've done this, and I don't get burned out. It's not like a weekly basis where we leave, we disconnect, we don't open up our laptops. A lot of times we don't talk about work. And so it's by whatever's burning you out, escaping from it, giving your mind the ability to rest, catching up, get lots of sleep. Like that's been my thing. Yeah. If I'm feeling burned out, sleep so much more if you possibly can. Because a lot of times your body's just exhausted.
And also, we've talked about this in other videos, but regular workouts.
Oh yeah.
Like right after this, we're forcing ourselves to go for a run, even though I'm feeling a lot of stress at the moment about things I have to get done. But forcing yourselves to even go for 30 minutes, it really can reset you.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like a mental thing. A lot of times you're getting burnt out because you're not taking care of yourself mentally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And sometimes even physically. So definitely, you gotta take care of that.
Okay, here's a question. It says, how do you prepare, this is from Alex, how do you prepare for conferences as a speaker versus an attendee? And then do you have any tips for first-time attendees at a conference?
This is your expertise. So I'm going to throw it back into your court and I'll maybe kind of like add to it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or just nod yes. You know what I mean? Or whatever.
So I'm actually speaking at a conference this weekend, DevFest, Florida.
Not just speaking, keynoting.
That's always good. Okay, so how do you prepare for a conference as a speaker versus attendee? If you are speaking at a conference, know what you are speaking about. Have your slides ready. Be prepared. Review it a lot. We did a workshop in Toronto. We did the workshop so I had the entire app memorized. Yeah,
like legitimately. We probably ran through it, not exaggerating, like the entire thing, which is like 2 hours long, 20 to maybe even 30 times.
Yeah. So take that times 2.5 hours every single time. Just know what you're saying and have full understanding, especially if you're trying to teach the audience something, especially if it's something technical.
Yeah.
Know what you're talking about.
Because being a speaker can either make you look really knowledgeable, put you in a place of authority, put you in a place of actually like people respecting what you're saying, or it can make you look really stupid if you don't know what you're talking about. And it's just like embarrassment to the next level. So it can go one or two ways depending on how well you prepare.
Yep. So be prepared. Be prepared. As an attendee, go with an open mind. You know, you are going to a conference filled with other people that are probably, nervous and don't know what to expect, have the same feelings that you're feeling, but go there, want to talk to people, smile. Smiling is always super inviting. You're showing people that you're happy to be there and you're excited, and people are going to be more drawn to talk to you. And also go up and talk to the sponsor booths and also the speakers. If you see somebody speaking, tweet at them, tell them they did a good job.
One thing that I really like doing is that if there is a public list of who's going, different sites, depending on what they're using to register people, will actually show other people that are going. take the time to actually look at who's going and maybe even pick out 3 or 4 people. Say, like, I'd really like to talk to them and network with them and get to know this person because they're doing something I want to do, or they might just be a great connection. So, like, actually, just like if you're speaking, prepare. You know what I mean? Like, go there with intent, to make something happen or to meet somebody really cool.
Yeah, that's a really key thing, because if you can place a name with the face and what they do, and then you'll be able to ask them direct questions about that shows them that you're interested.
Yeah.
You know? And then the last question is from Michael, and this is from a programming question. I would like to start programming. Is working in JavaScript better than PHP? Can you tell me the positives about JavaScript? I'm going to put this in your court then.
Yeah, just full disclaimer, I'm not a PHP developer, so it's hard to say. I'm biased to JavaScript, I'll just say that right up front. I like JavaScript because for me it's allowed me to do a lot of things. There's a lot of hype, there's a lot of job opportunities around JavaScript, and now that you can do it with React Native, I mean there's Ionic, there's a lot of things that you can also play with it on mobile as well, and then you have Node.js on the back end. So it's allowed me to do a lot of things on the front end, back end, and mobile, whereas I didn't have that. I wouldn't have had that capability with PHP. So that's what I've really liked. And again, there might be something out there with PHP that you can do that, and just because I'm not part of that industry, I might not know. So if there is, go ahead and feel free to add it to the comments. But that's just why I've liked it. I felt like JavaScript was a very easy language to pick up as well. So if you're getting into it initially, there's so many tutorials and there's so many resources around JavaScript. And again, there's massive opportunity for anybody that's a great JavaScript developer. So that's really a big benefit. You think you've done more PHP than I have? Yeah,
I mean, I used to do PHP, like we learned it in school.
Yeah.
And I did a little bit at my first job. But even then, if I had a question, if I didn't understand how to do something, I would actually write it in JavaScript, which was something that you had kind of told me about.
Yeah.
And understanding it, then it was like converting it into the actual PHP syntax.
Yeah.
So it's like once you pick up JavaScript or PHP and you learn how to do it, you're going to be able to use that same knowledge in other languages. So
I think it's a great first, like JavaScript I think is a great first language.
Agreed.
And honestly too, like there's so many people that are much better developers than I am or you are, and they've always, honestly, like whenever I've asked this, almost this same question, but it's not like, it's like JavaScript or something else, not necessarily PHP. I've always been directed to JavaScript.
Same here.
So if that helps at all too, that's why I am where I am today, right? That's why I'm in JavaScript primarily today.
Yeah, well, that is our Q&A session for you guys.
Yeah.
So if you guys do have questions, put them in the comments or reach out to either one of us directly. My Instagram or Twitter handle is msbrandymorgan.
And mine's JD Pegley.
Yeah, they'll be in the descriptions below, but we want to thank you so much for being a part of our Monday Motivation, and we hope you guys have an awesome week. Like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel below. Thank you so much.
See you guys.